Hello, welcome to another episode of Montana Shares, your opportunity to find out more about the nonprofits that make our state great. I'm your host, Bill Crane. Today, I'm excited about this episode because it's different from all the other ones. It's the first time we've had a member group a person that's not a member group here. And we're talking about an event that I'm super excited about, and we're actually going to do 2 episodes on, one now and one actually in late April as well. So today I've got Ann Waickman. Welcome, Ann.
It's great to be here, Bill. Thank you.
You bet. So we have to start out with this. You're iconic here in Helena as the executive director of Food Share and Helena Food Share, right? And you're not with them anymore. You've retired from that. You enjoyed a few months off, and now you're with
Helena Area Community Foundation. Now, for some folks who have known about the local community foundation for longer, it used to be called Lewis and Clark County Community Foundation. A name change occurred. It is the Helena Area Community Foundation, or HACF. The goal of a local community foundation is to help those who wish to have their legacy endure give to ongoing endowments that will then support nonprofits and projects in the local community. For those who knew some of my speaking lines that I would use in past years, I would often talk about how important the entire web of nonprofits is to the community of Helena and our whole area. So now I have to actually do what I talked about. My goal now is to truly take actions that will allow our entire nonprofit community to thrive, and to have those generous donors that are here in our community and in our area find really good ways to help them on their taxes and to help our community continue into the future with strong nonprofits.
You bet. Super. So today we're talking about Give Local. This is sort of the first of the 2 episodes that I want to dedicate to this because I think this is a super important day, 24 hours. Now, we're both on a steering committee that works on this, and we're going to be involved in this for the next
3 months,
4 months, whatever it comes out to. But for everyone else, by and large, they're going to participate during a 24-hour period, and they're going to support local nonprofits. What's the big picture? Let's go beyond Helena briefly and talk about what Give Local is all about.
Give Local started outside of Helena probably about 5 years ago. I don't know when it started. And the concept is under an umbrella called Give Local America. So what we are doing in the second year of Give Local in this community is joining a huge effort across the country to have one big, powerful, explosive financial giving day to support the nonprofits in each person's community. So people will be able to choose on that day who they donate to through one website, givelocalhelena.org. And that website will lead people through making donations to their favorite nonprofit or to all 20 of their favorite nonprofits. So there's a lot of opportunity, and it truly is 24 hours. As you know, Bill, 12:01 a.m. On the morning, early in the dark hours of the morning of May 3rd, mark this Tuesday down, May 3rd of 2016 is that special day. So from 12:01 a.m. until 11:59 p.m., 24 hours, when you can do it at your home, you can get together with friends and do it, you can celebrate philanthropy any way you wish to that day through that website and make a big difference for local nonprofits.
Mm-hmm. I think what I love about this day is, it's done so well. It's one place where you go, it's a shopping cart thing, you just add the groups that you want to give to, pick how much you want to give, check out, and you've taken care of it all in one place. And I think the other thing that I love is that this is a spotlight on nonprofits. It's not where we're all out competing for the same funds or anything like that. We're just saying today is a day that you can support the local nonprofits in your community, and everyone benefits from it. Definitely a rising tide raising all boats type of situation. I think that's one of my favorite aspects.
It is wonderful. And Helena Area Community Foundation acts as the convener. So for those that know me, it's kind of funny that I'm supposed to be managing technical aspects, but we will be making sure the website works, that all the information's there, and that it's functional for those of us in our community to use. And there are many ways for businesses to help support nonprofits through sponsorships. That effort is beginning to get underway now. And there are so many more nonprofits in our area that I would love to see participate. So I'd like to see us do more to support our nonprofits than we've been able to do in the past. Granted, we've only done this 1 year. So this is our second year of putting out this effort to have fun and have everyone learn that you can be a philanthropist. You don't have to be wealthy. It just takes us all.
Right. So to take the spotlight off us just briefly, Missoula was the first city that did this. They were the only one that did this 2 years ago in Montana. And you used the word explosive. They started out of the gate at about $120,000 raised in 24 hours. And then the next year, I think they were up around 250, 260,000. So they made this huge leap forward. So our first year was last year, and we raised about $55,000.
Which was great.
Yeah, $55,000 in 24 hours is phenomenal for all these different groups in the community. And I think we had 70 nonprofits, sound about right, involved? Right. And so I would like to see that same explosive growth that you're talking about this year, go from 55 to some great number. And I think we've got the ability to do this because we just met today, and we met with, we've got some business people on board that are going to probably push this farther out into the business community that day. We've got lots of great media people involved at all levels, and I think that's going to push it out farther. I'm thrilled about this year. I think we've got that explosive growth capability started.
Yes, I think you're right. And it will take all of us, this little group of us that are working together are just hoping to be the spark that takes it out. It will take, Bill, help from so many different people in so many different parts of our community. The first group that we need to have help us are those nonprofits. So what I want to get a chance to say today is that everybody out there who knows a nonprofit, who cares about a nonprofit, or who is working at a nonprofit, let's get everybody signed up. You can give Helena Area Community Foundation a call if you're curious about it. The opportunity to sign up online will go live on February 17th. So on that day, that's your first chance to get signed up for an event that happens on May 3. And we need you. We're not a complete community unless we include all of those nonprofits that we care about. So having people know that it starts February 17th and it will end by mid-April, your chance to sign up. So let's make sure that you get your questions answered and are able to sign up.
Right. I'm going to guarantee you that Montana shares are going to be signed up in the first few days.
Yay,
I am
Bill.
so behind this thing. It is the time that definitely it's the nonprofits that are probably most active right now. I'm on 3 boards, and so one's national, one's state, one's local. That's important to, I think almost everyone in this town is somehow related to one of the nonprofits. We have lots of them, they're doing great work, and almost everyone in the community is engaged somehow or another. So anyone that's out there listening can definitely either just go to their boss or go to the people that they are on a board for and say, let's get signed up, right?
I think that's so true that from where I sit and the view that I have on nonprofits, number one, we all, whether we know it or not, connect with a nonprofit of some sort or another in the course of a week or so. There are many good causes we might care about and give money to or volunteer for. We may benefit tangentially from a nonprofit services. There's so many kinds and types of nonprofits. I want to be specific that this day of giving is for a 501c3 nonprofit. I love some of our associations, but some of the professional associations are a different kind of nonprofit. So it's not for some of those, but all of those key nonprofits that are currently holding all of their funding events are the ones that we're aiming to have. In my heart, I really would love to see some of our smaller nonprofits with part-time staff, not a lot of funding. Those are the ones that I'd really love to see us have become active. This is obviously a website, so therefore it's a media-focused, an online-focused activity. It is crowdfunding at its finest. So Facebook will play a role. And as we talked earlier today, we're going to have some specific training for nonprofits that just aren't feeling comfortable in the land of Facebook yet, to help them get that push going on out there. We also will be able to take from folks with my hair color traditional money, cash in hand, check in hand, if someone wishes to do it that way. But the push is to that website. which is driven by Facebook and all of those online things. I know that last year, Bill, you had some kind of incentive award that was given to the group that had the largest number of donors under 30 or the largest number of donors under 40, something like that. And we will have other incentive awards like that. We're working with our business and foundation community to see if we can get donations in to help make it more fun that day. There's a person I know who may have made the first donation last year because that individual, Bill, was willing to stay up until right after midnight and make that donation to get that extra money through an incentive fund, a stretch pool piece of money. So kudos to you for being able to stay up that late. But
I can still do that.
I'm impressed. I can't do that. But I bet I could beat you on getting the first one after 5 a.m. done. I could do that.
That one's for sure. That time of day doesn't exist for me.
Between the two of us, we'll cover the frame.
I take sunrise as an act of faith. You did touch on a couple of things. One of them is these people that they're going to make donations to their nonprofits throughout, maybe at the end of the year in December or maybe in the fall during the pledge time. And they may want to ponder giving a donation earlier in the year. They've probably just done their taxes in April and they kind of know where they're at financially. And this would be a great time to push this 24-hour period forward by making part of a donation that you may be making at the end of the year. Just make it part of it a little bit earlier and then fine-tune it at the end of the year.
Exactly. That idea of making this day a really big day for not only the nonprofit that a donor might hold specially in their heart, but for the whole community. I mean, none of us like the fact that Missoula and Bozeman did better than us last year.
No, but it's still a big win. It's a big win. There were four major websites set up, and the aggregate of all four of those raised over $640,000.
Which is
in
gigantic.
24 hours. It's huge. And so I'm happy for the entire state, truth of the matter. But yeah, it won't hurt my feelings to see Helena's, explode up to higher numbers too.
I think we need to get fireworks from somewhere for that day.
4th of July, they're going to be early.
Yes, right. But we want early donations, early fireworks. We can do that.
Right.
There are so many ways to make this day fun, both from the side of the nonprofits, from our side as the group trying to get this all to happen. And it is fun. It is fun to support a local nonprofit whose work is just making life better, stronger, more forward-moving for the people in our community. It really is all about being part of a community, about doing the things that matter, having fun while you do those things that matter, and making our community a better place. Right. It is a good place, I think.
Oh, without a doubt.
But there's so much more we can do to make the lives of our neighbors better. Right. And that's what this day is about. It really finally gets down to let's have Helena be a great place for everyone. So I am excited that Give Local is coming, but boy, we've got a lot of work to do and a lot of people to talk to. I hope your listeners are all ready to start hearing from us about what's coming up.
So the stretch pool, let's talk about that briefly. One of the things is, well, there's two aspects of that. One is to talk about a small nonprofit. In a way, the Community Foundation is holding a fundraiser for small nonprofits, big nonprofits, for everyone. And from previous events that it's a ton of work to put on a fundraiser. You have dinners and all these things, they're just tons of work. A small nonprofit, they have to sign up, they have to pay a small fee, and then most of the hard work is done, and the website's taken care of by someone else. They just have to tell their people, come out and support us with this mechanism that's already in place.
I know that sometimes it seems really hard to tell your people. How do you do it? Where do you find the time when you've got program work to do? But I also believe in the amazing ability of nonprofit people to find a way to fit more in the day. So the challenge is that we want everyone to know about this day. Thank you for the opportunity to be on HCTV with you because this channel can get a lot of news out. So having those nonprofit people, yes, it is easy, and yes, it can be fun, but there's time to do it now. If people are paying attention now, you can schedule out your Facebook posts. You can get all your print material done. You can call donors now and say, mark this day. As you're doing the work of upcoming fundraising activities during this month of this season of nonprofit care, tell people about May 3rd and Give Local. What a great time. We've all recuperated from this week's benefit, and in May, you can go online, have a glass of wine, and take care of a nonprofit on that day, or 2 or 3 or 10. So our goal is to help everyone. And you and I both believe that we can do this together.
Oh, you bet. So the stretch pool is funds that are donated by businesses and individuals throughout the community. And so that's the other kind of key person or business that's involved at this point in time is we'll be contacting folks, or if they want to be contacting you, we're looking for those big donors that want to help out in the stretch pool. And the function of the stretch pool is?
To increase the amount of money that goes to any individual nonprofit. So we will create different categories of awards going to nonprofits, and it all is to increase the excitement, make it more fun, and benefit nonprofits and the people they serve. So you could have the golden ticket of your business name. And so if whatever category that particular award of $500 or $1,000 would be, whoever achieves the goal established to get the golden ticket of the Ann and Bill show, then your named business award would go to that nonprofit as they're getting their funds for the effort of that day on May 3rd. So the concept is to increase and make more fun the fundraising work of that day.
Right.
So more than just having people donate, we've got the thinking folks behind the scenes that are picking and choosing where their donations will make a special difference for a nonprofit.
Right, and last year we also had part of the stretch pool which was split between everyone that was receiving funds, not based on how much money they brought in, but based on the number of donors
That's right.
that they had donating that day. So you couldn't buy the stretch pool. The only way you could buy portions of it was to get more and more people to donate to you already. I think that's another great tool is you get to leverage your donors' money to access that stretch pool.
Isn't that brilliant?
It is, it's great.
It's one other way of having all of us work together, and it takes the numbers. As Helena grows, so does the amount of need. So having incentives out there to increase the number of people helping out a nonprofit is perfect.
Right. So let's quickly review. We're going to do this again, right? Late
Right.
April, just before the event, we're going to talk to a different segment of our community at that point in time. But right now, if you're a nonprofit, you want to be going to givelocalhelena.org or calling you. And if you want to be a sponsor, they want to do pretty much the same thing, but basically call you is probably the better route.
That would be the first thing to do, but do check out the website.
Okay.
On the website will be new as of February 17th.
Right. People can go there now, they can see the results from last year, but otherwise the new information will be up on the 17th.
Right. So if you're a nonprofit, check it out so you know what last year's results were. But on the 17th through probably mid-April, you will be able to register your nonprofit to take part. So that's why givelocalhelena.org is really an important website for a nonprofit person to remember right now.
Right.
So if there are questions, give us a call at 447-4955. At the Helena Area Community Foundation, both Joshua and I are very glad to answer any questions and get people pointed in the right direction.
Okay. So any last thoughts in the last few seconds here?
We can do this. I know that we can have more donors in 2016, raise more money in 2016, and support our nonprofits better by working together, being excited about what nonprofits do, and making it happen on May 3rd.
Okay, May 3rd, and we'll come back and we'll hit this one more time in late April. Thank you so much for coming in today, and thank you guys for listening today. Have a wonderful day.